Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tongue-Poppin Donnie. That's right, Donatello joins the latest wacky action lineup, giving him a goofy action feature just like we've already seen with both Leonardo and Michelangelo. This guy was a bit of a surprise. I had no idea we were getting one of these cool wacky action versions of Donnie. And as you can see, he shares that same tongue-popping feature that we already saw with Michelangelo before him. So he comes on that standard TMNT blister card packaging, looks just like everything else we're seeing on store shelves right now from the Turtles lineup, but of course the big difference is that he does feature a little cutout on the back of the box so that you can try out the action feature. That way you can kind of turn the little wheel on his back and you can see how the tongue popping feature works right there in the box. Aside from that, on the back of the box, we do have a bio for Donnie, along with an image that shows the tongue-poppin' fun. And then down below that, we get a look at several other figures in the TMNT lineup, including the tongue-poppin' Mikey and the eye-poppin' Leo there, that we've already taken a look at in the past. So, let's go ahead and get this guy ripped out of the packaging and take a closer look at him. Alright, tongue-poppin' Donatello outside of the packaging. So, very similar to what we saw with the other kind of wacky action guys. I keep calling them wacky action because that was a term used in the original toy series. But we've already had tongue poppin' Mikey and we've had eye poppin' Leo. And I'm going to go and just bring those in right away to stand them all side by side. So you can see that Donnie fits right in with them. And what I mean by that is he also features very minimal paint deco. If you'll notice, his wraps on his hands and his feet are left completely unpainted, just like we saw with Leo and Mikey. Very minimalistic paint deco, which is something I really don't like. I really wish these guys got at least all of the sculpted details with some paint on there. So, bit of a bummer. Donnie is very plain with basically just the green of his skin tone and the brown seen on the shell and the belt and everything that he's wearing there. Knee pads, elbow pads, that's really all we're getting except for in the face. So, let's go ahead and take a closer look at that head sculpt there. We got a new little head sculpt with his eyes are kind of wide open. They're in a funny shape there. And then, of course, he's got the little tongue hanging out of his mouth. Now, the tongue is always going to be partially hanging out, just like Mikey here. So it works exactly the same way as that. There's a little wheel on his back, and that's going to trigger the little action feature. So we just wind that wheel up, and you can see the tongue sticks out. And you wind the wheel down, and the tongue goes back in his mouth. Just that easy. That's all we've really got going on there. So the rest of the figure, the articulation is pretty much what you'd expect, with the arms going up and down, forwards, backwards, swivels at the elbow, bend at the elbow, swivel at the wrist. You got those nice hinge joints at the thigh, so legs can go outwards, they can swivel forwards, backwards, and a nice joint at the knee. So it's very much what we've seen with all of the basic Turtles figures. Now, it is worth noting, the head cannot turn. This is because of the action feature that was built in with the tongue. It does not allow the head to turn. He does have a bow staff, which you can see I've got housed on his back there, and he can hold on to it just like we've seen with all the other versions of Donnie. So, the only real distinguishing difference here is, of course, that tongue mechanic, which is exactly the same as Mikey's. Look at him go! Ah! Here's something kind of weird, though. I noticed that Donatello's tongue has more sculpted detail than Mikey's. Mikey's is just smooth, while Donnie's actually has a little crease going down the center of it, so that's an interesting design choice. His also kind of curls out to the side while Mikey's just goes straight down. So, I don't know, kind of interesting. But Mikey's bandana got more detail while Donnie's is more plain. So, I don't know, kind of crazy. Just weird little things like that I noticed while I was kind of messing around with the figure. I don't know, what are you guys doing? Oh no, what are you doing? Oh, don't touch tongues. Oh, that's gross. Okay, alright. So yeah, Tongue-Poppin Donnie. So I'm going to do this for my comparison time for this video. This is Toon Turtles Donatello from the vintage line. And the reason I'm bringing him in is because when I talked about the original Tongue-Poppin Mikey and Eye-Poppin Leo, I pointed out that they shared the exact same action features as their vintage Toon Turtles figures. Donatello here is not the case. Since Donatello just got the exact same tongue-poppin' feature as Mikey, he didn't get the cool little spinning bandana thing that the vintage turtle got. Look at that. The vintage Donnie has this little button on his back, and when you press it, his bandana spins. I kind of wish that Playmates would have like stuck with that same trend and given the new Donatello this exact same action feature. That way they all related exactly to those old Toon Turtles. So I'm not sure why we got a second Tongue-Poppin Turtle, but we did, and he's here. And he's shipping with the new wave right now. So if you like action features, if you like your Turtles toys to have the ability to stick out your tongue, then this Donatello figure is for you. He is hitting store shelves right now, so happy hunting, my friends. And hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that like button and be sure to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy reviews. Until next time, my friends.